Hello and welcome to the channel. And in today's video we are going to check out this custom Marvel Legends action figure. This is the Captain Marvel from the Marvels wave. This is the obviously a custom of Carol Danvers Captain Marvel. The idea for this custom was an inspiration from her. Well, it's not. Yeah, it's her original uh, costume, which is represented on my previous custom that I made, which is there on the left of the camera, or on the shot. Excuse me. So originally the costume for Captain Marvel in the Marvels was a navy blue with some red accents, red and also some gold accents. But it was a pretty plain looking costume, and the only reason that I even got it was I missed out on the original Captain Marvel suit, original Captain Marvel action figure from I guess her appearance from her, from her first movie, and later on in Endgame and all of that. Um, but I mean, I wasn't always. I mean, I kind of liked the look of her in the first movie, but still the costume was just a little, you know, um, I'm a little too, MC. It's very MCU-ish, right? So they all have the, when you think of uh, costumes for the MCU, you kind of have an idea that they all have the same aesthetic, which is some paneling and you know a lot of rubber padding and all of that. So it looks cool on camera in the movie, but for action figures they also translate. But if you don't do anything with those accents, um, then it just goes to waste. And a lot of the figures that are released for the Marvel Legends line that are from the MCU figures, they tend to, like most mainstream Marvel lines, they cut a little of the painting applications, so you don't really get a true representation of the suit as it looks in the movies. But anyway, that's besides my point. The purpose of this the purpose of this custom was just to change it up. I didn't really like the figure itself. The way the joints are, the way the joints. I'll just show you. I never did a review of the figure because I didn't like it, and I didn't do anything as far as customization beyond just the paint. I didn't do anything of my normal um, customization, which is like trimming down here by the groin, trimming down here by the booty, and all of that for added posability and all of that. Because the overall shape of the body of the figure, I just wasn't into it. I didn't like it at all. Um, Brie Larson in person has a very attractive figure and all of that, but here they just gave her, she's got no butt, she's got a flat chest, zero curves. You know, they just didn't do her the figure didn't do her figure justice. So that was a disappointment as far as this goes. Now the head sculpt that she has on, this is from the other. A couple of weeks ago, I went, at a flea market, and
What is that, a Pez dispenser?
Yeah. You want one?
Hey.
I just bought it at the flea market.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, what goes on there exactly?
You don't know?
No, I know.
You think they have fleas there, don't you?
No.
Yes, you do, Biff. You've never been to a flea market, and you think they have fleas there.
All right, I think they have fleas there, so what?
picked up a few Marvel Legends figures, and there were a bunch of Captain Marvels available from the movies, from the various movies. So I picked up a few. So this head sculpt is from the 2-pack that came with the Iron Maiden, right? The Pepper Potts Iron Man suit. So, which is this figure here, right? So that's the head sculpt. This is the head sculpt that originally came with this figure. So the head sculpt that came on this figure, I didn't like it. It didn't quite look like Brie Larson, and just the overall style of the haircut that they gave her, I didn't like it as well. It was something like this, but worse. So I took the head from this, put it on here. This head is from the second Captain Marvel figure that came with the one that she has a jacket, and that came with the what's the name of the cat? I'll put the name on the I forget the name of the cat, or a Flirtkin, excuse me. But that's the one that came this head sculpt with, and I just put that one on this because that cost that figure. I'm doing another custom, and I've already done a few bunch of swapping of parts. As far as this figure goes, as I was saying, the joints are some of the ugliest joints you will ever see on an action figure. Very squarish, right? Very squarish, and just plain ugly. You're getting, when the natural curvature of the figure should be something, like this, right? But with a double joint, the back of her calf and the bottom of her thigh should be touching. Same for the here at the with the arm, the forearm and the bicep should be touching. But instead, look at this huge gap that we got. So overall, the figure was just too much. How would you could say, beyond saving, right? So the only thing that I decided to do was just repaint the whole thing, and I gave it the paint isn't sticking so well, so I'm just gonna have to do some retouching later. So I decided what can I do with this figure that will make me like it. So basically, it's just a take of a Marvel MCU version of her black costume. The one, like I said, the one that's there in the behind her. So I was thinking, what can I do to just homage that suit with this one? Obviously, there's a lot of detail and trim work in the figure itself. Originally, I was thinking, how could I implement the lightning bolt onto the suit? Obviously, I could have just painted it over, right? But I then would have gone over all of the other details that the suit has. So I just decided against adding the lightning bolt, and just decided to paint some of the trim that's already there in gold, and then just add some red accents as an homage to the to her sash. And obviously I added a similar sash like the one that the Miss Marvel figure has, only this time the sash that Captain Marvel has is a single tail, you could say, as opposed to a double like on this one. Because I believe that's how she has it in you can see here on this one. And you can see it's just one tail of the sash. So that's where I got the idea for the single tail sash. And then just hit some accents on the bracelets. You can see that the part of the bracelet is red and black. So when she puts her, theoretically, when she puts her hands to her sides, the red meets with the red of the sash, right? And then, yeah, whatever. It was just a way to implement the red instead of just painting the whole bracelets red. I wanted to keep the black motif going, so I went half and half. The outer side of the bracelets black with gold trim, and keep the gloves all black. And here you can see some of that detail that she has in the back. So then when I said, okay, maybe I'll implement the lightning bolt on her back, I had it spray painted there on the back, but again, there's a lot of this gold detail. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a lot of this detail, this trim that I painted in gold. And it all meets up there at the belt, or the sculpted belt, right? But all of this detail, all of these lines don't go particularly anywhere. So, because these lines come from the hips and her upper, right here, her upper hip. And it goes behind the belt, right? So I would have liked if these lines went somewhere, maybe just locked in behind her, or went continuously between across her butt underneath and then met up here at the front. But they don't, because the suit does have trim there at the front that I didn't paint. So I'm guessing these lines meet up theoretically with the lines there on the front. If you pretend that she's wearing like a bodysuit up top, so these lines would all meet up with the lines up front if she was just wearing like a bikini, right? Like if she were wearing like a one piece like that, then all of these lines would converge with these lines here at the back. But since her entire suit is all one piece, if these lines would have continued, I probably would have done I could have maybe done something like this, where I would have swapped out the legs, or I would have found another figure and swapped out and gave her like bare legs, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, all in all, this figure is just something that I kind of did, not really, I didn't put up much effort as far as like I said, trying to fix anything, because the figure itself is the literal figure of the figure is just, it doesn't inspire me to do much with it. Like I said, they did poor Brie Larson dirty in this case. So I just wanted to do something extra with the figure, and I said, "What the heck?" There's I just couldn't find the comic, but I'll post an image. There's a In the comics, there's a version of Captain Marvel from the future where she wears an all black suit, like an entire bodysuit like this, and she has like the mohawk, or no, it's actually a full face mask. Almost like a full mask, like a luchador mask or whatever, and it's a pretty cool design. Hopefully, someday in the future, they'll put out an action figure of that, because I kind of dug the look of it. And since it's part of the comics, they'll probably use a better sculpt as opposed to something like this, which is pretty bland in my opinion. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Again, just something I wanted to throw up and put up on video for this week. So I'm working on some other customs. I'm already in the planning stages for 2.0 of this figure over here. Hopefully I'll pick up some other parts and fodder, action figure fodder tomorrow. I'm planning another trip to that flea market. So hopefully I pick up some extra parts, but if I don't, I already have a figure and a head sculpt set apart to make that custom. Then there goes my dog knocking the camera. And yeah, so hopefully, I'll start working on 2.0 in the coming week. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and all of that. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll be seeing you in the next one.